Welcome back, everyone, to the Deep Dive. Today, we're going deep on StrengthsFinder 2.0 and strengths-based psychology in general.
Oh, yeah, this will be fun.
I think a lot of people, when they hear the term strengths-based psychology or StrengthsFinder, they kind of think, oh, another personality test, right?
Yeah.
But this is really so much more than that. This is really about unlocking your potential and really kind of mapping out how to succeed in your career and your relationships and just life in general.
Yeah. It's funny because I think for so long we've been told to focus on our weaknesses and, try to improve in areas where we struggle.
Right.
But StrengthsFinder is kind of flipping that script and saying, you know what? Forget about those weaknesses for a second. Let's focus on what you're naturally good at.
Okay.
Let's figure out what your talents are and how you can leverage them to achieve really amazing things.
So you're saying instead of spending years trying to be something I'm not, I should really lean into what I'm already good at.
Exactly. And the research actually backs this up. Gallup, which is the company behind StrengthsFinder, they found that when people focus on their weaknesses, they often end up feeling discouraged and less productive.
Oh, wow.
It's like you're constantly swimming upstream, you're putting in all this effort, but you're not really getting anywhere.
I can definitely relate to that. I spent so much time trying to be good at math in school, but it just never clicked for me.
And that can be so frustrating, right? When you're constantly struggling in areas where you lack natural talent.
Absolutely.
It's easy to feel like you're spinning your wheels, but when you operate within your strength zone, which is basically the area where you're using your natural talents, that's when you really start to see incredible results.
So how does StrengthsFinder help me find this strength zone?
Well, unlike those generic personality tests, StrengthsFinder is based on decades of research. That's identified 34 distinct talent themes.
34?
Yeah.
Seems like a lot.
It is, but don't worry. The assessment helps you pinpoint your top 5 and provides personalized insights tailored to your unique combination of strengths.
So it's not just giving me a label like you're an introvert or you're an extrovert.
Bro, it goes way deeper than that. It delves into the nuances of each talent theme, including potential pitfalls and ways to maximize their effectiveness.
So it's not enough to just know what my talents are. I also need to know how to develop them.
Exactly. It's like having a seed. You can't just expect it to magically blossom into a beautiful flower without nurturing it. You need to give it the right environment, the right nutrients.
I like that analogy. So how do we nurture these talents?
That's where the multiplier effect comes in.
Okay.
StrengthsFinder emphasizes how talent acts as a multiplier. When you invest in developing your natural talents, the returns are way greater compared to struggling to improve in areas where you lack natural aptitude.
It's all about working smarter, not harder.
Exactly. It's about focusing your energy on the things you're naturally good at and then watching those talents flourish.
I'm starting to see the potential here. But how is StrengthsFinder 2.0 different from the original version?
Well, 2.0 incorporates over a decade of additional research and offers even more personalized insights. There are features like personalized strengths insights, a comprehensive action planning guide, and even online tools to help you translate your strengths into tangible action.
It sounds like StrengthsFinder 2.0 is really the ultimate guide to understanding and leveraging your natural talents.
It really is.
But I feel like we've only scratched the surface here. In the next part, I'd love to dive into some of these intriguing talent themes and see what kind of superpowers they represent.
I'm game. You might be surprised by what we uncover.
Okay, so 34 talent themes. Where do we even begin?
Well, it might be helpful to think of them in terms of categories.
Okay.
For instance, some talent themes are all about strategic thinking, like strategic itself,
right,
or analytical, where you love data and breaking down complex problems. Others are more people-focused, like empathy or woo, which is all about winning others over.
So it's not just about knowing what my top 5 talents are. It's about understanding how they fit into this bigger picture.
Exactly. Just like if you were building a team, right? You wouldn't want everyone with the same talents.
Right.
You need a mix of strategic thinkers and creative types, and those who can connect with people.
So is it possible that even having a lot of a certain talent could actually be a disadvantage sometimes?
Oh, absolutely. Like take focus, for example. That talent is all about setting goals and really going after them, which is great in many cases. But if you're so focused that you can't adapt to change or consider other perspectives, it could actually backfire.
So even the good stuff can have a downside if we don't use it carefully.
Exactly. It's all about balance. StrengthsFinder doesn't just tell you what your talents are, but helps you use them effectively. It encourages you to consider the potential pitfalls.
Okay, good. I was picturing myself becoming like a robot, just laser focused on my goals.
Yeah.
and running people over along the way.
Well, that's why the personalized insights in StrengthsFinder are so important. They help you understand those nuances and apply your talents in a healthy way.
So maybe we could dive into one of these talent themes. How about empathy?
Sure. So if empathy is one of your dominant talents, you're probably really good at sensing and understanding the emotions of other people. It's like you have this emotional radar.
Wow, so you're saying I can just walk into a room and know if something's off?
Yeah. Even if everyone's pretending everything is fine, you can pick up on those subtle cues and sense what others are feeling.
That seems like it would be a huge asset in any job that involves interacting with
Oh,
people.
absolutely. But there can be downsides too. Remember what we said about balance?
Right.
For someone with high empathy, one challenge might be absorbing other people's emotions too much, which could lead to feeling overwhelmed or burned out.
Yeah, I could see that. It's like carrying the weight of everyone else's feelings.
Exactly. So self-awareness and boundaries are crucial. StrengthsFinder really emphasizes that. It's about understanding your limits and protecting your well-being.
So it's not about ignoring your empathy, it's about channeling it in healthy ways.
Exactly. Like creating time and space for yourself to recharge after being in really emotionally intense situations, whether that's meditation or spending time in nature or
Yes.
doing something you enjoy.
So even though I might be drawn to connecting with people, I need to make sure I'm taking care of myself too.
Yeah, that's good advice for everyone, really, but
Yeah.
especially for highly empathetic people.
Makes sense. And I guess it's not just about avoiding the downsides, it's also about maximizing those strengths.
Yes. So for someone with empathy, that might be using their emotional intelligence to build relationships or even create a more compassionate work environment.
So using my understanding of emotions to make a positive impact.
Exactly, and that's just one example. Each of those 34 talent themes offers a unique set of strengths and challenges. And the more you understand about your own talents, the better equipped you'll be to navigate those complexities.
This is way more than just a personality test. I'm actually really excited to learn more about these talent themes. What about that woo talent?
Oh, woo is a fun one, all right. It stands for winning others over. And if this is one of your dominant talents,
So woo stands for winning others over, and you said if that's one of my dominant talents.
yeah, it basically means you're really good at connecting with people.
Mhm.
Like, think about those people who can just walk into a room full of strangers and instantly make everyone feel comfortable.
Yeah.
They just have this natural charisma that draws people in.
So are you saying I'm like the life of the party?
Well, maybe, but it's more than just being outgoing or a social butterfly.
Okay.
People with strong woo are genuinely interested in others. They're good at remembering names, finding common ground, and making people feel heard.
So it's not about being manipulative or anything.
No, not at all. It has to be genuine,
Okay, good.
because if it feels forced or fake, it just won't work. But when it comes from a place of genuine connection, it can be incredibly powerful.
I was picturing someone who's all charm and no substance, but it sounds like woo is much deeper than that.
Yeah, it really is. StrengthsFinder emphasizes that all talents, including woo, are most effective when they're aligned with your values. So if you have strong woo, think about how you're using it and make sure it's in service of something you believe in.
So I shouldn't use my charming powers for evil.
Exactly. Use your talents for good, both for yourself and for the people around you.
Okay. I can get behind that.
So imagine someone with strong woo working in sales. They'd probably be amazing at building relationships with clients, establishing trust, and closing deals.
Yeah, that makes sense. But what about other fields? Could woo be helpful even in like a leadership position?
Oh, absolutely. A leader with strong woo would be great at building rapport with their team, creating a positive work environment, and inspiring people to do their best.
So even though it might seem like an extroverted talent, it can actually be valuable in lots of different roles.
That's right. And that's what I love about StrengthsFinder. It helps you see your talents in new ways. It's not about fitting into a box. It's about understanding your strengths and finding creative ways to use them.
This has been so insightful. I feel like I have a whole new perspective on myself and what I'm capable of.
That's the power of strengths-based development. It's about shifting our focus to what we're naturally good at and recognizing that everyone has something unique to offer.
And it's not just about individual growth, right?
No, it's bigger than that. It's about building better teams and stronger relationships and creating a more fulfilling life.
Absolutely. So as we wrap up our deep dive into StrengthsFinder, what's one thing you want our listeners to take away?
Well, I guess I'd say this. Imagine a world where everyone understands and embraces their strengths, where teams are built on complementary talents, and where everyone feels empowered to contribute their best.
I love that.
What kind of impact could we create if we all focused on our strengths?
That's an inspiring thought.
Yeah.
StrengthsFinder isn't just a self-assessment. It's a blueprint for a better future.
I couldn't agree more. So if you're feeling inspired, check out StrengthsFinder 2.0. It's an incredible resource for discovering your talents and unlocking your potential.
You might just discover your own superpower. Thanks for joining us on the Deep Dive. Until next time, keep exploring, keep learning, and keep those talents shining.